Elsie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Thanks for coming in and visiting with us. Tell us your story. Tell us how you got to Hardin-Simmons.
Okay, so I believe my journey to Hardin-Simmons was divinely orchestrated. I do not think it was something I did myself. I'm usually a person for big schools, bigger crowds, and everything. And so when I saw Hardin-Simmons, I was like, small school? But I do believe that it was what God had for me at the time. And I spoke to one of my friends. I was like, hey, there's this school I'm thinking about, moving to in the U.S., Hardin-Simmons. And she goes, what? No way, that's where I go. And I thought it was perfect. It was smooth.
You hadn't visited campus before you came.
No.
So tell us where you came from.
I came from Nigeria.
Okay.
I am originally from Nigeria, born and bred. It was my first time in the U.S. In January of 2023. And I came to campus at that time, and it was great. It was a very different experience. Exciting but overwhelming, just because like a new set of people, new environment, the weather at the time, it was so cold, and in my country it's pretty tropical.
Right.
Yeah.
When you came as a pre-med major.
Yes.
Why pre-med? Why'd you choose medicine?
Okay, so for as long as I've known, I've wanted to be a doctor. I think I was 7, and my grandmother had just died in my arms. It was there was cataract and diabetes and a heart disease. And so I made that decision on the scariest night of my life that I was going to be a doctor.
Tell me about your faith.
It's one thing to grow up in the church, and it's a whole different other thing to find God for yourself, And I was a sophomore in high school, and I started having these questions. I remember the day we had like a chapel event, and I was just there, and I knew from that moment that I had become a Christian in every sense of the word.
What kind of books do you like?
So I have a favorite author. Her name is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She's a Nigerian author, and she's the first woman I remember who really made me feel like women can do it in this world.
You had the choice between a vacation to the beach or the mountains. What'd you pick?
Ooh, beach.
Okay.
Yes,
beach.
Just because I like warmth instead of like the cold up in the mountains.
I hear, from what I hear, January was not so warm for you. Italian food or Chinese food?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Chinese food.
Okay. Physics or chemistry?
Chemistry.
Sorry.
I love chemistry.
Why do you love chemistry so much?
It's great to be an outlier. So chemistry has a lot of exceptions, right? They would tell you all this applies to this except one. And like my life, I've been an exception for most of my life.
Okay.
So I relate very well to that.
You see yourself
element.
in chemistry.
Yes,
That's good.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you sharing your heart. And I'm excited for your future here at Hardin-Simmons, but then around the world.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.